Hello, Lucas. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna see if a few people more, a couple more people join in the next 5 minutes. If not, we'll get this rolling. And then I'm gonna show you a couple of things. Where you from?
Well, now I'm from Orlando. Originally, I'm a New Yorker,
Oh, okay. Okay. Where in New York?
Manhattan.
Where?
Uptown.
You're not really answering my question. 241 Post, Washington Heights, 207.
Oh, so Dykeman,
Yep.
Down Post. Oh, where you from?
I just told you.
You're from. So we know each other.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we know. You from 204 and Post. You know me. I know you. Oh, we seen each other.
We probably met at John's Fried Chicken a couple of times. I don't know.
Most likely, or in Inwood Park, or somewhere. If you grew up there, I grew up there too. I'm from Down Post, originally from Up Academy.
I used to, okay, yeah, I used to work at the right there on Broadway. Dykeman at the what do you call it? The McDonald's that was right there in the corner.
Yeah, I know exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
Oh, well, how long you got down here?
No, I've been gone for a long time. I went to school in Kentucky.
Okay.
And then I spent out there like 10 plus years, and then I came down here. I've been here for like 7 now, I think.
Oh, I only been here for 2 years.
No, I've been gone for a minute.
What? 3 years. I've been down here.
Welcome. So you're in Orlando right now?
Yeah, I'm in Orlando right now.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, so let's get started. Let me share my screen. I'm gonna basically the reason for my training today was just gonna go over transaction desk. I know some people have had some questions about it.
Yeah.
Specifically how to get paid and how to make sure that your transactions do not get flagged and having to do things over again. So there's actually a video. Let me share my screen real quick.
Yeah, I'm in Walmart. That's why I'm not sharing anything. I'm in Walmart.
No, you're good. You're good. Let me see if I can show you. You're clearly on the app, right?
Yeah, I'm in the app.
All right. So let me share this screen. All right. So let me know when can you see my screen now?
It says Jonathan Castro has started sharing screen. Yep. Now.
All right. So within the app, or you could do this on a computer or on the phone. You can, this is what it looks like. You scroll on the left side here and you go where it says forms and trainings, or training videos.
Yeah,
okay.
I done it. Yeah,
okay.
I do it.
Perfect. And you go there and then you will see that we have the transaction desk Q&A and then basically everything I'm gonna go over today. So if anything doesn't make a little sense, Carolina, which is Sylvester, which is our transaction coordinator, did an amazing job on making sure she very clear as far as how to create it and go from there. Have you done transaction desk already?
No, I haven't. I'm brand new. Like I only got like 2 weeks in.
Okay, gotcha. So transaction desk is where everything, like some people use form simplicity on the MLS to get some of the forms, which is okay. What I tell people all the time is that if you do that, if you're comfortable with that, it's fine. However, you're gonna have to basically do it again because everything on the we only get paid through the transaction desk. So you will have to do everything on form simplicity, download it to your computer, then re-upload it into transaction desk when you can just from the beginning do everything on transaction desk, okay?
Without downloading it.
Without downloading, everything is housed in there, right? Okay. So, do you see my screen right now with transaction desk?
Yes.
All right. So, you should have some credentials already for this. If you do not, do you have them or not? Access to access to transaction desk.
Well, yeah, they send me access. I gotta set it up.
Okay, perfect. All right.
I haven't set it up because right now I'm not near the computer. Like I'm
no. I was just kind of like checkups a question, but once you do it, you're gonna see something kind of like this. You're just not gonna have anything where it says transactions if you haven't had anything in there. However, you're gonna see the same exact thing you're looking at right now. The very first thing, and you use transaction desk for absolutely everything. If you have a rental, if you have a purchase, if you are the listing agent, if you have a sale, like absolutely everything goes through transaction desk, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna, the first thing we wanna do is create transaction. So once you create a transaction, the first question most people have is, what do they do with the name? Some people actually, this is the name of the transaction, not like the name, you know, some people choose to do the clients. Wait a minute, because I think I have people trying to join this thing. Let me see, 1 second.
Isn't this the same thing as on the video that you're showing, right?
In the what?
On the video that I forgot her name was doing.
Carolina,
Like,
yeah. It should
yeah,
be
they were
about the
going-
same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trying to get into the chat. Okay, so yeah, it is pretty much the same thing that we had on the training. I just wanted to make sure I had this to kind of like answer some questions that people may have still.
Okay, you got it.
All right. So here you put the name either of your client, okay, or the address of the transaction that you're working with. Typically, what I like
I'm not seeing anything. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. All I see is a Zoom now. You took off the.
Oh, I took off the. I'm sorry. I mean, resume. I should be showing now, right?
Now I see it. Now.
So here where it says name, I highly recommend people you just put in the name of your client. The reason I said that is because if you work in a rental, for example, sometimes you may run into a situation where you send an offer for a rental and then you don't get that property. And then you send another, maybe you're working with a buyer and then you send an offer for that purchase or the address you save here, and then you don't get that. And then you have to kind of basically go back and redo this. So that's why I like to put the name of the person that way, because when you send any e-sign request for electronic signatures, they're going to get an email and it's going to show up the name of the transaction. So it's kind of confusing if they see the transaction from a previous, you know, address, right?
Yes.
So that's why I like to keep the name, that way it's always clear. So for our purposes, let's put just, you know, Tez Zoom, right? It's our client name. The template is very simple as well. We try to make it very simplified. So here you're gonna choose absolutely like anything that you're actually working with on this list. If it's these are the rentals, if it's a commercial condo, if you have a listing, you use one of these. If it's a sale, you do one of those. If it's a referral, if you ever work with what is called a community rental, where are those buildings that are basically taken care of by not a landlord, but a community, like those that you can just rent it. You use a referral. This one. So the reason that it's important to choose this is because it's gonna generate the type of the forms that you're gonna need to fill out automatically, and it's also gonna start adding information automatically when you start getting all the forms you need. So for our purposes, let's do a rental, which is what I'm sort of an expert at. So if you can see, you say lease condo, lease commercial, lease residential. The difference between these two is because sometimes if you do the condo, it's gonna ask you to also submit the association approval. If it's a single family home that you're renting, then you want to choose this one, okay? Because then it's not going to ask you for a checklist. So you just want to make sure you have that separated. So let's go with the rent. So the selling agent or the listing agent can be a little confusing. The listing agent, obviously, if you are listing a property for rental, or if you're about to get paid and you were the listing agent for the transaction, you will use this. But if you are representing the tenant, then you use selling agent.
Okay. Right? So what's the neither and both for? You could be both.
Neither. Sometimes you could do, let's say, like I'm doing you a favor or something, and I'm trying to set it up for somebody, for another agent, or you know, you typically you want to use one of these two. Okay. In some cases, you may have a listing, and you got your own renter tenant, right? And then you will use both. So this is what you will use for that. So for purposes, let's go with selling. That means that you're representing the tenant. The wizard here is you always leave it checked because that's what's going to actually start prompting everything automatically. So you click create. And this is all where we have some questions about. So you're gonna start seeing the list of, it's about 5 steps, very simple steps to make sure everything is completed properly. You do not have to fill everything in here, okay? Just the basics being the street number. Let's go with the 660, and it's just the number, right? And here you put the rest of the address, so Southwest 12th Street for our purposes here, right? It's an apartment number or unit number, whatever it is, you put unit B, or whatever it is that's already on the MLS. I'll put the city, Miami. Oh, sorry, I messed that up. County, you don't really need county. State, Florida. Zip code, let's go with 33131. Right? Now, you go all the way down here, you do not need all this stuff over here. Not at all. You don't need to have this information here. If you don't, it's not needed. Do not complicate yourself. Here, transaction status, you leave it open. Okay. Property type is what you're gonna choose again. So we are working with the residential. Here you can put the MLS number. It has no consequence. Year built, it has no consequence really. You don't really have to do this. This helps out when you have to do some of the things with the lease, but you don't have to do any of this, right? So you can just from here go to next. Transaction dates, you only really need to fill this in if you're working with if you're the leasing agent and you're doing some things about the when people are moving in, when you have a sale, all these dates work for the for a sale purchase, but not necessarily for a rental. Okay, so you don't have to deal with any of this. Now, if you are doing a purchase or sale, I recommend you inputting this information out, because it's gonna just auto populate from when you need it later. Okay. So we'll go next. Contacts. This is very important. So in the contacts piece, your information is already gonna come up, right? But one thing you have to add your clients, right? So you can create a new transaction contact, and all you're gonna put is this person is the tenant. It could be the buyer, anybody that you need to get e-signs from at some point. Don't worry about the landlord, leasing agent. Sometimes I do them, but not all the time. The only person I worry about here is my tenant. So it could be, you can put up to 2-3 people here, no problem. So let's just go with Mario Lopez, right? Lopez. And the reason you're putting all this here is because it's gonna start auto-populating later. The email, let's just do Mario Lopez at Gmail, right? Whatever. Mess this up. At Gmail. All right. And you do not have to write anything else past this, okay? That's all you have to do. If you have the middle name perfect, you don't need it. Legal name, you don't need it. Preferred signature, you don't need any of this. You save. You can add more if you wish, okay? For this part purposes, let's just leave Mario Lopez here. We go to next. These are the forms. You usually leave them as is, because it's already, since you already selected at the beginning what you're working with, which is a residential, it's already giving you just the things you're gonna need here at the end of the day, right? So which is your contract to lease, your residential lease, your escrow release, your commission request form. So you just go to next. Documents, if you need to upload an application, anything like this, I never really do it. Just go, you can add it normally, or you can just press done. And that's how you create the transaction, all right? So any questions so far how to create a transaction?
No, this is all just to get paid.
This is to get paid, correct.
That's what it is for. Okay, got you.
Yeah, this is how we get paid. I think Maria, do you have any questions? You still here? Hello, Maria?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. No, I don't have any questions. I'm recording.
Okay, perfect.
No, thank you.
You got it. All right. So since we have that, now to get paid, this is the magic thing. All right. So you're gonna see this, and Lucas, Maria, as you guys are using the transaction desk, the first thing you're gonna do, let's say you represent the tenant, you're gonna go here to forms, right? And then you're gonna need to do the contract to lease, correct? So in the contract to lease that's a different training, but I just want to show you what it looks like. So, and what it does when you already put some information in there. So as you can see, Mario Lopez is already inputted here, right? All you have to do is look for the landlord, put it up there, and just fill the rest of this stuff out, which is a different class, not for today's purposes. But this is where you fill all this out, and then when you press, let me see if I can find it here. Okay, this thing is in the middle here. Okay. Okay, wait. You see this, we says sign here? When you press sign, it's gonna go to the email that we already inputted. So you press the person that you need, Mario Lopez. You're gonna add that person, and then that is our tenant. Because all this doing is automatically is gonna put Mario Lopez in all the slots where you need to put the tenant. The design, super simple. You see how it's already yellow highlighted? Because it's already going into the right place. So it's doing it automatically for you. So you don't have to do absolutely anything except pressing next. Once you press next, it's gonna then send it to Mario Lopez for his electronic signatures. One thing I gotta tell you guys, very important to get paid. Once you get this contract to lease return from your tenant, and you send it over to the listing agent to get it accepted, you need to make sure it's executed, okay? Executed, I mean that it needs to be also signed by the landlord. Signed and initialed by the landlord, because you're gonna need this in order to get paid. If you do not do that, they're gonna kick your file out, and you're gonna need to get this executed. Now, there are instances when and I had this happen to me recently, that if you, for whatever reason, send this contract to lease, and it happens very often, and you get your offer accepted, sometimes the listing agent sends you directly the lease, and they say, "Oh, here's the lease." They don't send you the contract to lease executed, just the lease. When that happens, you have to then do a Word file, and I saw you later in the checklist, you just upload in a Word file saying this transaction did not have a contract to lease. That's all you got to do. Okay, and I'll show you what it looks like. Any questions there, or you guys clear?
Oh, got it. Sounds good.
All right. So let me go straight to so that's gonna go here for the form. So I'm gonna show you how to get paid. So we're going to back to the transaction. It's a test Zoom, and you see in the bottom right here, it says go to checklist. You click on this, go to checklist, and this is gonna give us everything we need to get paid, right? So as you can see, contract to lease executed, it says right there. So if you do not have the contract to lease executed, you have to just get a Word file and put it in there, and that document just needs to say this transaction did not have a contract to lease executed, and then you attach that right here. Okay, once you press attach, very simple, you can get it from your computer. Click on here, and it's gonna go to your computer. And let me see if I have one that looks like it, so you guys can see it. Oh, see how I got it here? No CTL, or this transaction did not use execute a CTL. Let me open this so you can see it. Let's see. Oh, wow. Let me see if I can get it from here. Okay, here it is. Oh, it's not opening. Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
So this is as simple as it is. This transaction did not use an executed CTL. We agree on going directly to a lease agreement. That's literally as simple as it is. The reason is that simple, and then what we still need it is because these transactions get audited, right, by the by the board. So if we get audited and we have something in there that says it's supposed to be executed and it's not, we may be facing a fine, right? So that's why we have to use this type of deals to make sure that when somebody checks this out, they see what happened in the transaction. Everything is clear. All right. So let me go back. So again, you're gonna upload every single one of these items here that says contract to lease. You're gonna have a lease agreement executed. This one you cannot have any other of documents to substitute this. You gotta have the lease agreement executed. You're gonna an escrow letter is the same thing as the contract lease. You know, if you did not have an escrow letter, meaning that you basically got an offer accepted on a Monday and you moved in your client by Wednesday, and then Wednesday they just gave all the money in without no escrow, then you will, you know, instead of putting an escrow letter because you're not gonna have one, all you have to do is putting in a Word document that says this transaction did not have an escrow letter. Simple as that. You're gonna attach it there. The MLS listing copy, proof of the MLS listing, is very simple. All you have to go is go to the Miami Gateway, find the transaction, right? Let me ensure I got one here. Let me see if I can get you what it looks like. You guys should know what it looks like, but I'm gonna just show it to you guys. This one, I just did this one. Oh, here. So it's gonna look something like this, right? That's just your MLS. You just print a copy, download it to your computer, and then that's what you're gonna upload where it says, where it says proof of listing on MLS. The commission request, this is where we get this. Let me skip that for now. The commission of wire of a receipt or deposit here, that just means that whenever you guys got the first month, as you guys know, the first month goes to you. I mean, half of the first month goes to you, the other one goes to the listing agent. So once you send a deposit into Lifestyle, whether you deposited with a branch manager or you went to the bank and deposited yourself, you should have a receipt. Your manager sends you a screenshot of the receipt that it was deposited, and then that's what you want to put in here. Now this one here, the commission request form, you're gonna find it in form. So you go back to your transaction, you enter your transaction again, and you see it right here where it says commissions request form, as you can see right here. And then you just simple fill this out. Very simple. It's a rental. You put your branch, Orlando, whatever the case may be, your name, the date. You always be mindful of this because it always puts your tenant's name in the buyer side for some reason. Or you have to discard it, put it in the tenant. You put the landlord's name, which you should have it already from your lease. You can skip, leasing office name. You don't really have a co-op. We don't have to worry about that. Here actually you put in the leasing agent's information. There's a title company, you put the title company, New World or Lifestyle. If you actually use a title company for the escrow, this is where you put the information for the other agent. As you can see, this says sales and rentals, so we're obviously going to focus on this side. The monthly lease price, let's say, is $2,000, right? And then your annual lease total is $2,400 or $24,000 rather. You guys know where the number from? Hello?
Yeah, by
Okay.
12, right?
Yeah, very similar. I'll make sure we're on the same page here, all right?
Okay.
Transaction fee collected, we don't have to worry about that on the rental because it's $395 if it's a sale, right? A purchase. But in rentals, we don't really worry about that. The rental commission that you actually collected is half the first month. So in this case, is what, $1,000. Your split with Lifestyle should be, I think, 90-10 for rentals. So split with Lifestyle in dollars is 10% of $1,000, which is $100. All right. If you have anybody that you need to pay that work this with you, you will put it here. If not, you skip right to rental commission due to the agent, which is $900. Here you put, was the money wired to Lifestyle or deposited to Lifestyle, or you just hand deliver it to the office staff, You know, somebody just, you have the money, you choose whatever the most appropriate one is. The deposit date is going to be on the check itself. Let's say it was October 5th. It was issued by New World Title, for example, whoever, or if it was a money order, you put money order, whatever it is. And then here is your choosing as well. If you need to just have your money within 2 business days, or you wanted to have it right away in 24 hours for a $25 fee, you put this one. And then down here, any notes, comments you have, let's say that you work this 50% with another agent, you want to put in there, send 50% to agent such and such, and this is the license number, so they can properly reroute the money to the right person, right? So you save this file, right? Save it as a PDF, whatever you want, and then that's what you want to upload back in your transaction, where it says, when you go back to your checklist, and it says commission request form. That's what you want to upload here. Now, once you upload every single one of these items, right? This is going to change. The attachment is going to go away. You want to go here where it says open on top here. You're going to press close. You don't want to do expire, close file complete. No, you want to do closed. And then you want to press this check mark right here. Okay. And then what that does is, once you do that, it sends the file or your transaction over to our team, so we can review the checklist is correct. You know, we're gonna check the contract to lease. We're gonna check everything out. If there's anything that's not right, they're gonna kick it back out and then send you an email letting you know that to correct the item, to resubmit the item that we need, or if everything is a-okay, everything gets approved and you get paid within the time period that you chose. Perfect. And this is why it's important to do everything in transaction desk. I know some agents that come from different companies. Some people are sometimes used to using Form Simplicity, which is all fine. It's just a matter of having to do everything twice, right? Like if you go to work of Form Simplicity, then you have to download all those documents into your computer and then upload them into transaction desk to get paid. Some people want to do that because they want to keep everything from Simplicity, but I feel like it's the same thing. Just leave everything in transaction desk, period. So you don't have to worry about it doing it twice. Yeah. Plus, you already have the checklist in here that tells you everything you need. So you don't, as long as you, something that I have a cheat sheet on my desk that has these things here, you know, CTL for each transaction. So as I'm getting every item during the transaction, I'm uploading everything right away. So the moment that I get a contract to lease and it's executed by everybody, I'll upload it here. Whenever the leasing agent sends me the lease that I'm ready to submit for the HOA or whatever the case may be, I go and upload it here. The escrow letter, I do the same thing for each one of these things. That way, at the end of the day, whenever I'm ready to get paid, because you guys know how it is in our lives, at the very last moment, things get a little hectic, and then we are missing something. So that way, whenever I'm ready to get paid, I'm only missing usually is either the deposit copy or you're submitting the commission request form. That's usually all I'm doing. And to be honest with you guys, sometimes once the file is already in the HOA hands and everything's kind of like good to go, I'm already have everything uploaded. I don't close it for payment or nothing like that until I get fully, everything is fully closed. However, I have everything ready to go. So all I have to press is check mark. Cool. And my life is much, much easier that way. So that's how you get paid on transaction desk. Maria, you weren't here, but earlier. Yeah. Can you see my screen here with the?
Yes, I can.
So here, if you go to the app, everything I just kind of went through, Carolina Sylvester does an amazing job. If you go to the Lifestyle app, scroll down to training videos, you're gonna see here transaction desk. There's English, Spanish, how to request your commission. So if at any point you cannot get stuck, you can always refer to this, and then they did a very, very good job explaining all these details, processes over here. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. I was just going to ask. Now I have to ask a question. Do I have to create a profile on transaction desk for myself, or is there one already created for me?
They're gonna create everything for you. Let me go back to here. So what's gonna happen here is that you need to talk to your, what office are you working at?
Lake Nona.
Like Nona, you wanna talk to, you can just directly send an email to Carolina.
Okay,
Let her know, hey, Carolina, my name is such and such. I'm a agent here in Nona, and I need to get my transaction desk credentials. And then immediately she's gonna send you an email. Well, not immediately, but she's gonna send you an email as soon as possible with your sign on and your password and the link that's gonna take you straight to this page. I highly recommend that you save it. Like you see, I have all these things saved up here. As a bookmark, I highly recommend that you do that, save it there. So all you have to do is literally click on it. Like when I click on it right now, and it takes me right to it, right? Once you log in for the first time, I save all that way you don't have to type in your password all the time. So once you come in, it's gonna look something like this, except that you won't have any transactions here, obviously, but everything's gonna be ready to go.
okay. And what is Carolina's last name?
Sylvester, let me get it from my email for you so you can, I'm gonna put it on the chat so you guys can see it.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see if it's here, Carolina. I know I have it here. Here it is.
Sylvester, okay.
Yeah, that's her last name, Sylvester. Well,
Okay.
but her actual email is here.
I see it.
Is I'm trying to open it. Oh, I'm so bad at this.
You're fine.
It's like the simplest thing. I just need to get the
I know. No, your brain is going faster than the mouse.
yeah, it sometimes okay, here it is. Oh, here it is. Let me toss it in the chat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss it in the chat here for you guys. So it's very simple. All you have to do is send an email. Hey, Carolina, I'm an agent here, and I could use I need my credentials for transaction desk. The great thing about transaction desk is that you get the e-sign for free already included in there. You know, it's a big deal to get to have that. Makes life so much easier when your clients know how to use it, right?
Yes.
But that helps out a lot having this available, and everything just housed in there. You guys have any questions? I know it was kind of quick, but transaction desk is very simple to use. It's just I know that even myself sometimes get stuck in some of the areas. If, for example, like a client tells you, oh, I never got the email or this and the other. One thing I recommend you guys do is create a fake transaction, and then with your information, and then you send yourself something to sign. That way you can kind of see what it looks like when you receive the email. Because you kind of get familiar with it, so that way it's kind of easier to explain to your clients if they have any questions. There's one thing here I want to show you guys that I recently learned. I'm not gonna yell, but France just scored a second goal. I'm happy about that. All right. So let me show you guys something here. And then let's go to this guy here. This is something I recently learned. So let me go to contract to lease. Let's say you have multiple people that you need signatures from on a contract to lease or whatever document it is. Sometimes it's important to have the right people doing the things at the right time. So you add the participants here, right? Let's just add from contacts. Just add. I'm gonna add some random people here, right? Right. And then save. Okay. Can you guys see the screen? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you see next to the name, it has a 1, 2, 3. That is the sequence in which the signatures are gonna show up. Remember, like when e-sign, what happens is that if I have two people that need to, like two husband and wife, brother and sister, roommates, whatever the case may be, that they're gonna go ahead and sign for the lease or the document, is first gonna go to the number one, to in this case Adria, and then it's gonna, once Adria completes it, then it's gonna bounce over to Alexander. Once he completes it, it's gonna bounce over to Alexandra Lores, right?
Awesome, yes.
So
Okay,
if you need to make changes to that, all you have to do is drag this number here. You see how it says 2? You press it with the mouse and you raise it up here. And now Alexander is 1. If you want Alexandra Lores to be 1, then you go all the way up and you move it there. Now she's 1. This is kind of like a small detail, but it's important because sometimes, let's say that your main client is the husband, or let's say the wife is your main client, and
Mhm.
but the husband is also on the list, but you want to make sure you don't send this first to the husband if you're not in full communication with him, because he may not even get the email. He may go to his junk. You're
Right.
not talking to him. It's easier to just have the main point of contact, get it first, have it completed, so that person can help you code it back and coordinate the other people doing it as well. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
you always explain to your clients, listen, it's gonna bounce from one person to the next as it gets completed. And then when you see this screen here, you can tell it first it's gonna go to Alexandra, then Alexandra, you're gonna get it. Then once Alexandra is done, it's gonna go to Adria. And once Adria is complete, everybody's gonna get a copy of the form executed, because when the last person completes the signatures, everybody's gonna get the signatures. The document already executed in an original copy.
Good.
All right. So I just recently learned this, and I thought it was pretty cool to be able to change the order in which people get it, because sometimes you send it to the person that does not need to have it first. And then he just takes forever to get it back.
No, that's good.
All right. Any other questions here any issues you guys may have had? Anything I can answer for you guys? It doesn't have to be related to transaction desk, could be anything else.
Mm.
Take advantage.
Damn. Mhm.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Say it again.
If you guys have any questions regarding transaction desk or anything else for that matter, this is your time to shine.
Nothing with transaction desk, but I did send you an email. I did send you a text. You never answered me.
Oh wait,
On the chat.
Oh well, I was too invested.
No. A while last week.
Oh, where in the app?
Yeah.
See, the problem with the app is I don't get the notifications on it. I have everything turned on, and basically, if I'm not on the app every single day early, let me see. When did you send me the Nelson? Right?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that was a week ago. So you want me to answer now? What happened here?
If you want, it doesn't make a difference, but like I told you, I want to sit down and figure that out.
Oh wait, let me see what it says. Okay. Oh, Facebook Marketplace.
I gotta make money, you know that.
Man, I have a training coming up on Facebook Marketplace, and you may actually like the training, because let me tell you the name of the training. That way, Maria, are you also new, Maria?
Yes,
You've been
I'm invested. I'm invested in everything. Go for it.
Nah, you shouldn't be invested in everything. You gotta
I know.
you gotta
I'm not-
pick a couple of things.
No, I know. I won't put everything in one basket. Hold on.
Nah,
I'm invested in making money.
Yeah.
look, actually, it's next week on the 20th, December 20th. I think that's next week. That's next Tuesday. It could be next Wednesday. We're still trying to figure out. But it's gonna be Tuesday or Wednesday, but it's basically called 5,000 per month in rentals. So
Okay.
it's I know, are you guys full-time or part-time?
Full time.
I'm right now part-time because I'm in the middle of figuring out how to make the money so I can leave my part-time and do it full-time.
Perfect. And then basically this training for next week is aimed at that, at trying to get part-timers to be full-timers and full-timers to have at least a base salary. based on rentals.
Okay.
We understand that, you know, if you have a listing or you have a buyer, that takes what, 2-3 months, maybe longer.
A lot
Um,
longer.
you know, if you have 3 clients at a time, you know, it's about building the pipeline, right?
Yeah.
To wait for those big hits. We all understand that. That's what we all strive for. However, what happens in between? The you know, bills don't stop until you get paid, right?
Right.
So
Well,
and then so what we've done is you know, because my personal story, I left a full-time job to do this. So what I did, I was like, okay, how much money am I making monthly? And then that I can go ahead and leave my job, but still pay everything normally, right?
right.
Without taking a big step back. So my number personally was like $4,000 per month. I was like, okay, I did my math, everything. I'm, you know, paying my mortgage, paying some bills. I got enough savings, things like that. So if I'm making $4,000 to $5,000 a month, which is what, like $65,000 to $70,000 a year,
Mhm.
I'm okay, because until you get, you know, because you're always gonna have those hits of 20 grand here, 15 grand there when you do the purchases and the sales. Um, so you know, if by doing this thing with Facebook, you can be anywhere over 6 figures doing Facebook, and then a couple of sales during the year, or a few sales rather during the year. But anyways, what I did was I did my numbers, and then I calculated how many rentals I gotta close in order to get to 4,000. And then from that moment on, you know, that's my target goals, and I always work with goals and objectives. If you have that number set up, I'm gonna basically break it down for you guys. Um, Orlando, I'm not sure how it is in Orlando. Do you guys get paid half the month for the rental?
I'm not sure. I've not done it.
Okay. All right. Because I just don't want to speak out of turn. I know if if the system works there just like it works here. I know in Jersey is very different than here. So I'm gonna also reach out to somebody from your areas. But anyway, long story short,
Yeah,
by doing
scenarios.
rent, I'm sorry.
Go ahead with scenarios. That's fine.
Exactly. We're gonna go try with the same thing, and then we should. I'm gonna be trying to teach our agents how to at least have a base salary or whatever number that looks like, because you can kind of tailor to your needs. You know, here we get paid half the month, so I know that, you know, my rentals that I usually like to do are around $2,200 to $2,500. That I know I'm clocking in $1,200, $1,300 out of that after everything is said and done. So basically, I only need to do 4 to 5 a month.
Wow.
You know, and that's it. You know, if obviously I want to do more, if I do 6, 7, that's fine. But if I know if I'm doing my bottom line of 4 rentals, that's 1, 2, 3 plus, you know, a couple 200 there, that's 20, that's $3,600, $3,500 in a month. But whenever I do what I gotta do, and I do my 5th, 6 rentals, I'm clocking in $5,000, $6,000. If I keep my numbers. So other people numbers is lower. If you're using, you know, like a $2,000 rental, that you're gonna get $900 out of that. Now you gotta do more, right? So it's just how you want to work it.
Mhm.
And I'll do the breakdown next week. So hopefully you guys can join for that.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Dale. So Nelson, does that answer your question?
Yes. Jonathan, quick question. Is that in the office or on Zoom? Because I could drive, I'm in Broward, so I can drive down to the office. So
It'll be via Zoom. No, that one's gonna be via Zoom. Just because I know that, you know, right now, especially going into the
holiday.
The holiday, people are a little difficult to get a hold of at the office. So I'm trying to make sure everybody's available. Like, look at the so that's I just try to do everything via Zoom to kind of like help everybody out.
No problema. No, yeah. Because I was saying, if you want, I could drive down there.
No, I mean, I'll probably be at the office, or I'll be at the via Zoom, but I just can never tell exactly depending on where my week looks like.
No problema.
What office are you at?
Homestead.
Okay.
In Homestead office out here in Florida.
Okay.
You know, so you guys are more than welcome to come over.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No,
No.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right, and then let me toss my number, my text, my phone number in the chat, because I have a lot of issues with the app where I don't get my notifications, and sometimes I get like when I look at my messages, it's been like a week since the last message. So I feel so bad about replying at that point that I just don't. So
Yeah, exactly.
if you guys just text me, that's my phone number there. I'm always on my phone, so I can always,
Yeah.
reply much faster. All right.
Gotcha.
Jonathan, can you text it to the other? Because I'm driving.
Okay, no, I got you. Let me text you to the other chat on the
Yeah.
on the Lear One app. That's no problem.
Yeah, exactly. Because the only reason is I'm driving. So
No,
it's
you're
hard
good.
for me
You're good. Not a problem. So we're good to go, guys.
Yes,
See.
thank you so much for everything. Everything was great.
No worry about it. So next week we're gonna really have a fun. Next week's gonna be fun. I'm gonna break it down real nicely, and then if it's kind of similar for you guys in your respective areas, then you guys should have no issues. Kind of it's gonna be more like a comprehensive training because I just gonna show you guys my process of how I do it. And the one word answer is consistency. If you don't.
Correct.
Because a lot of people actually, a lot of realtors do not put in the work that you need to, like making calls. But with Facebook, it's so much simpler because it's like people coming to you. All you have to do is filter them out, which is why a lot of people get frustrated on Facebook Marketplace because it's difficult to, not difficult, but it takes a lot of time to go through and really take people that you don't want to work with, that are going to waste your time. And then I go from 100 messages in a week that if I can handle 1-2 people out of those 100 people, that's all I need. Because then that means that if I do that, if I reproduce that the next week, that's 2 more. If I do it 2 more times during the month, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So you see that 2 out of 100, you say, oh, that's waste of time. But when you see me closing 6, 8, and then I made $6,000 where people with listings are not making in the month. Yeah, it's a different tune, right?
Right.
But it's not sexy. It's not a sexy part of the business, but it's definitely pays some bills.
Yep, it will.
And then the beautiful thing about it is 2 things about it, and I'm gonna close out here. One is like not a lot of people are doing it, at least consistently, so it gives you like that range of more access to more people. And secondly, which is the best part, is people coming to you on Facebook Marketplace. So you're not chasing prospects. People are coming to you constantly, nonstop. Okay.
Well, I'm interested.
All right. Well, next. So right now is for next Tuesday, 3 o'clock, I think.
Okay, we'll be there.
Right.
Yeah.
See you guys this week.
Okay.
Gracias.
See you later, guys.
If we don't talk, have a great weekend.
You too. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, gracias. Thank you.
Siempre.